future AI overlords. I'm using Safari on a Mac, and I'm at gemini.google.com. And there was an update today that I am just learning about. So I'm going to look at the release updates here. So basically, Gemini Advanced and Gemini for Google Workspace add-on priority access, introducing Gems, custom AI experts for any topic. So what? Gems are a simple way to customize Gemini towards your specific goals. In a few steps, you can create a gem by listing specific instructions, details, or even step-by-step workflows. Gems simplify your work, automate repetitive prompts, and empower you to accomplish more with less effort. Your gems can even act as an expert and adopt your preferred tone or style to help you accomplish your personal goals. Gems are available in most languages for Gemini Advanced users and Gemini for Workspace add-on subscribers. Why? With Gems, you can complete tasks more efficiently in the way you want them done, whether you need guidance or need to turn your day-to-day productivity and creativity tasks into repeatable workflows. Gems are your custom team of AI experts to help you minimize repetitive prompting and focus on deeper, more creative collaboration with Gemini. That's pretty cool. Let's take a look. So I'm here in the Gemini tool, and here along the left-hand side is the Gem Manager. So when I click that, it takes me to this section with the Gem Manager, and it's got some pre-made by Google. So we've got a brainstormer, find inspiration easily, fresh ideas for parties, gifts, businesses, and ... You got a career guide, unlock your career potential, get a detailed plan to refine your skills. Cool. Coding partner, level up your coding skills, get the help you need. Awesome. Learning coach, here to help you learn and practice new concepts. Tell me what you'd like to do, I'm sure. It's got a show more here. So there's a writing editor. Okay, so elevate your writing, get clear, constructive feedback. That is awesome. So these are the pre-mades. And then you've got a button here for plus new gem. And this says discover, create, and manage gems. Gems are custom versions of Gemini that give you tailored responses. You can customize a pre-made gem, or you can create a new gem from scratch using instructions you set. You'll find all your gems here where you can edit them anytime, or you can start chatting right now with a pre-made gem. So I'm just going to click the learn more. All right, check it out. Ooh, they got a cool logo. Nice. So getting started with gems. Okay, how satisfied with your help? Right now, I'm going to be satisfied or dissatisfied, but I do not know yet. So the feedback has come way too soon. Anyway, getting started with Gems and Gemini apps. So welcome to the Getting Started Guide for Gems. Here you'll find tips to customize Gemini apps, responses, and gems. So what you'll learn how to use gems, customize pre-made gems, and write instructions for custom gems. So what you'll need. To use your gems, you'll need a personal Google account with a Gemini Advanced subscription. There's a link to learn how to upgrade to Gemini Advanced. Or you'll need a work or school Google account with a Gemini Enterprise, Gemini Business, or Gemini Education license. Learn more about Gemini for Google Workspace add-ons. So note, some features are not yet available in the Gemini mobile app. Requirements may be listed in each section. So here we go. In this guide, wow, this is kind of well done. It's simple, but it's getting started. So we got in this guide, it's how to use gems, get a quick start with pre-made gems, and tips for creating custom gems. So let's just click get started here. Okay. All right, so get started with gems and Gemini apps, how to use gems. Next, get a quick start with pre-made custom gems. With gems, you create specific repeatable instructions for Gemini to follow. When you chat with the gem, Gemini will tailor responses based on your instructions and preferences. So how gems can be helpful. Gems allow you to store your preferences for Gemini apps to save time when you repeat goals and guidelines in your prompts. By creating a gem with all of the info about your goals and preferences, or using a pre-made gem designed for a certain action, the gem is a shortcut for every time you want to explore a topic with similar instructions. You can create different gems for your unique needs and reuse them to simplify prompts and questions in Gemini apps. Example, so with gems you can get responses that follow custom instructions like workout requirements. Create a gem that includes any physical limitations and time limits to make sure that Gemini maximizes your time, provides suitable movements for each new workout. So yeah, so if you, this is really cool. So you provide, hey, what your age is, what limitations you may have, what you're trying to work on, what your priority is, what your focus is. That's really cool, because then it is kind of maddening. Like when you start working, in a lot of these chat tools, you're starting from scratch. A lot of times, there's a lot of people that have built up lots of history and stuff like that. But like when you're kind of just starting out, it feels like you're inputting stuff over and over, particularly when you're using a chatbot, you're inputting stuff again and again. I do find myself, saving prompts and stuff so I can cut and paste them into the tool so I can use them again. So this, I think, is wonderful. Diet preferences. So create a gem that has specific ingredients to include, or a diet to follow, like vegan, high protein, every time you ask for a new recipe. I love that because, if I'm doing food planning, and if in my gem I can say, hey, I'm allergic to this, do not even consider this as an ingredient. Or I don't like this food, do not consider this, So, I think that's awesome. So yeah, that's great to customize it. This is so cool. Gardening specifications. Create a gem based on your garden's climate and light exposure to get relevant ideas whenever you ask Gemini gardening questions. So, these are three wonderful examples that let you customize. And that's the thing I think is so amazing about AI tools, is that ability to create context around what's happening so it can be more customized and deliberate and focused on what your needs are. This is super cool. I dig it. All right, next, get a quick start guide, quick start with pre-made gems. Okay, so getting started with gems in Gemini apps, get a quick start with pre-made gems. And that's kind of cool. So you've got those existing pre-made gems. Gemini apps come with pre-made gems to get started straight away, or customize for your needs. So on this page, you'll learn how to chat with pre-made gems as is, or customize a pre-made gem. All right, so chat with a pre-made gem as is, where you can chat with a pre-made gem, the Gemini web app, the Gemini mobile app. Okay, so you can do it on mobile, that's good to know. So pre-made gems offer help for a wide range of topics, from brainstorming, which I love doing, coding, which I do a little bit, to career coaching, which I should definitely do. So you've got this kind of showing you here how to access it on your computer. And it looks like, when you save gems, you'll have them in your left nav bar, and then be able to, so to get started with a pre-made gem on your computer, open up Gemini.google.com. On the left, find gems and select the gem you'd like to try out. And then enter your prompt, click submit, try it in the Gemini web app. And so tip, pre-made gems already have instructions for the specific topic that you select. So when you provide a simple prompt, Gemini may ask for follow-up questions to further customize the response. Interesting. So customize a pre-made gem. So you can copy some pre-made gems as a starting point and then customize them for your specific needs. That's cool. So you're not having to start from scratch, which is great. So I can see this being really useful. Also, I could see iterating your gems, that you start with a gem that has some context maybe about you as an individual, and then you shift that context in maybe a work focus or a learning focus or whatever. And then within the context of that learning focus, you can shift that gem, copy that gem, and then make it even more focused around particular topics or particular aspects. So you basically kind of create a hierarchy of gems that, kind of reference the universe that you're kind of exploring, so that the context of your, experience in using the gem can be varied in lots of different personal ways. And, in that we're very complex people with lots of different interests and lots of different experiences and lots of different contexts in which we do things, having our AI map to that could definitely make it a lot more useful. That's really cool. So basically on your computer, open gemini.google.com. On the left, find gems, select the gem you want to customize, click more, then select make a copy, and then edit the gem title, and review the pre-made gems instructions and make updates to better fit your needs. Click create. And some examples. So this is great. Copy the career guide gem and add details about your unique skills or career goals. That's awesome. And imagine you have different interests in different types of careers and different types of goals. So being able to duplicate that and customize that and make it a little bit more unique. Because sometimes, you're like, hey, I like this role and this career and this area, but I also like this one. I want to explore it that way. So, tailoring the gems to different contexts will definitely, it sounds like give you a much better experience, which is exciting because that is one of the things that, like, when you're interacting with AI, context matters. Having all that background and history matters. Making it relevant to you, whether it's real time in the moment relevant, or whether it's you've got all this history and experience and stuff that you want to take into context. This is super cool. So example, copy the career guide gem, add details about your unique skills and career goals. Or copy the writing editor gem and add specific writing style guide, like AP or MLA guide for the gem to follow. I remember using Kate Turabian for history research. And it was cool because I'd never really used writing style guide. This is my first year of school, and it was kind of exciting that there was this process behind it. But I remember being like, one of those people that wasn't as planned when it came to a lot of these long-term projects, and this was something that's very helpful. But anyway, like, imagine being able to, something as simple as, picking a style guide to follow for the way you are doing your writing. That's cool. Copy the brainstormer. Now this looks really interesting to me. So copy the brainstormer gem and add info about your brainstorming goals, like an audience, age range for the story ideas, or decade for a party themes. See, that is really cool. And that's where I think, like, a lot of times when you're creating prompts, you have to add all that context and bring all that together. And sometimes it's hard to do. I do a lot of asking AI to help me create a good prompt about something, so it gives me more ideas and context in creating the prompt, so that, but imagine having done all that work and built all that context and put that into your gem so that you don't have to do it again and again and again. That's definitely like the very repetitive. Okay, next, tips for creating custom gems. Okay, get started with gems in Gemini apps. Tips for creating custom gems. To create a custom gem, to meet your goals, provide information about your request and requirements. So on this page, we'll learn how to create a new gem, write gem instructions, use Gemini to help write your instructions. See that I do that all the time. I don't know why people don't use AI to help you make better prompts. I mean, it's just like right there. Anyway, so create a new gem where you can create custom gems. So the Gemini web app on your computer, go to gemini.google.com. At the bottom left, click the gem manager, select new gem, name your gem and write instructions for it to follow. Use the tips below to write gem instructions. So on the right, you can enter a prompt to preview your gem. Once you preview the gem, make sure that you click save. Using the preview window does not automatically save your gem. Now I love that because saving stuff and losing stuff, like apps that, I love they tell you that, because I will likely not click save. And it's like, it told me. So, and then number 4, it says click save. So create a new gem. So basically, write great gem instructions. So provide details about your goals, desired behaviors, preferred format to help the gem personalize Gemini's responses. The main areas to consider when writing good gem instructions are the same as writing good prompts. You don't need to use all 4, but using a few will be helpful. So persona, yes. Tell your gem what role to play and how to respond. Task, tell the gem what you want Gemini to do or create. Context, provide as much background as possible. Format, make sure that you're specific when specifying desired structure. So yeah, you want the information to be in a particular format. I do, it's so funny because like when I'm doing a prompts a lot of the time and I get the output, I'm like, convert this to a table. I do a lot of sort of like so much iterative stuff in the prompting, activity with these tools. And so that's something where I'm kind of excited about implementing best practices in gems to have it, prompt in better ways. And that prompting is still starting from scratch a lot of times every time I do it. And then that is very much, taxing your brain on a prompting focus and like, how do I do this? And then iterating on the prompt. And, it's a feedback I've heard from people sometimes, like going, oh, well, the time it takes for me to use AI to figure out the right prompt, I could have just done it. And I get that. That is true. Part of that is, being able to prompt, quickly and easily to do what you're trying to do. But so much of the struggle is, I feel like, shifting your mindset and then being able to think differently. And that's the piece is, like a lot of times when we are using technology, it does a lot of the time ask us to behave differently, to use a tool in a certain way and stuff like that. And what's powerful about the AI is, yes, we're still using keyboards and voice input and, and text boxes and, the multimodal aspects and, images and things like that. But, the thinking about the prompting and the pursuit of whatever information you're trying to do, it's a different way of thinking about it than just, starting with a blank Word document and then start typing stuff up. You could still do that, and I do still do that, and I do find it, a much inferior experience. And I'm surprised when the AI doesn't make a recommendation that really makes whatever I wrote better, because normally it makes it significantly better. But there are times when you write something and you're like, yeah, the AI is like, no, can't really make it much better, which is very surprising, when it comes to my writing. So let's go to some examples here. So examples. The info that you include in your gem instructions will depend on your goals. Here are some examples of how to use the 4 main areas of the gem instructions. So those 4 main areas, let's look at Barnstormer. So here we've got persona. Your purpose is to inspire and spark creativity. You help me brainstorm ideas for all sorts of things. Gifts, party themes, story ideas, weekend activities, and more. Task. Act like my personal idea generation tool. Come up with ideas that are relevant to the prompt, original and out of the box. I really dig that. Collaborate with me and look for input to make the ideas more relevant to my needs and interests. Context. Ask questions to find new inspiration from inputs and perfect the ideas. Use an energetic, enthusiastic tone and easy to understand vocabulary. Keep context across the entire conversation, ensuring that the ideas and the responses are related to all the previous turns in the conversation. And if greeted or asked what you can do, please briefly explain your purpose. Keep it concise and to the point, giving some short examples. Format. So understand my request. Before you start throwing out ideas, clarify my request by asking pointed questions about my interests, needs, themes, location, or any other detail that might make the ideas more interesting or tailored. For example, if the prompt is around gift ideas, ask for interests and needs of the person that is receiving the gift. If the question includes some kind of activity or experience, ask about budget or other constraints that need to be applied to the idea. I love this. This is so good. This is context and you know, and perspective I do not bring into my prompts. I love this though. Show me options. Offer at least 3 ideas tailored to the request, numbering each one of them so that it's easy to pick a favorite. I love it. Share the ideas in an easy to read format. Give shortened introduction that invites me to explore further. Location related ideas. If the ideas imply a location and from the previous conversation context the location is unclear, ask if there's a particular geographic area where the idea should be located or the particular interest that can help discern a related geographic area. Okay, traveling ideas. When it comes to transportation, ask what is the preferred transportation, what is the preferred transportation to a location before offering options. If the distance between locations is large, always go with the fastest option. Yeah, I did. This is so good. Check if you have something to add. Ask if there are any details that need to be added or if the details need to be taken in a different direction. Incorporate any new ideas or changes that are made in the conversation. Ask me to pick an idea and then dive deeper. If one of the ideas is picked, dive deeper, add details to flesh out the theme and make it to the point and keep the responses concise. Wow, this is so good. Like, as a brainstorming, I absolutely love this. It's going to make the experience of using Gemini so much better. So coding partner. So your purpose is to help me. The persona is your purpose is to help me with the task like writing code, fixing code, and understanding code. I will share my goals and projects with you, and you will assist me in crafting the code that I need to succeed. So the task, code creation. Whenever possible, write complete code that achieves my goals. Education. Teach me about the steps involved in code development. That is one thing I absolutely love, is when you can get the tool to explain code to you, explain how it was created, explain the flow of it, explain anything that is, that to me could be like a new concept. That's awesome. Clear instructions. Explain how to implement or build the code in a way that is easy to understand. Through documentation, provide clear documentation for each step or part of the code. Love it. Context. Remember to maintain a positive and patient and supportive tone throughout. I need this to be integrated into my human code. Anyway, use clear, simple language, assuming a basic level of code understanding. Never discuss anything except for coding. If I mention something unrelated to coding, apologize and direct the conversation back to coding. I dig that. Oh my gosh, I am so distracted by shiny objects that so you know what? And what I love about this is that this could be applied to so many of the different items to stay focused, bring me back. I love it. That is really fantastic. Keep context around the entire conversation, ensuring that the ideas and responses are related to all the previous turns of conversation. And if greeted or asked what you can do, please briefly explain your purpose, keep it concise and to the point, giving short examples. Okay, format. So understand my request, gather the information that you need to develop the code, ask clarifying questions about the purpose, usage, or any other relevant detail to ensure you understand the request. Show an overview of the solution, provide a clear overview of what the code will do and how it will work, explain the development steps, assumptions, and restrictions, and then show the code and implementation instructions. Present the code in a way that's easy to copy and paste, explaining your reasoning and any variables or parameters that can be adjusted. Offer clear instructions on how to implement the code. That is I'm just blown away by this. Okay, writing editor. Let's see what this says. Okay, so persona. Your purpose is to assist me in editing my writing. I will share a text with you and you will provide thorough and specific line-by-line edits and feedback on grammar, spelling, tense consistency, dialect, style, and structure. Awesome. Task. Accept text input through copy and pasting or uploading documents, PDF, Word, Google Drive files. Edit and provide feedback on various types of writing, essays, fiction, letters, etc. So give specific line-by-line edits explaining the reasoning behind them. Provide comprehensive feedback about how you edited the text and the general guidance to improve the text. Offer structural suggestions and formatting advice when applicable. Okay, yeah, that's wonderful. And context. Assume a moderate secondary level school of writing ability and provide appropriate feedback. Maintain a positive tone while offering constructive criticism and guidance. And I do have to say, constructive criticism that builds you up is really rare, sadly. That's something where I think sometimes people take constructive criticism as a way to just go negative on something and have the permission to do it, which is just like, oh, that's not the constructive criticism, people. Anyway, but also I think affirmative constructive criticism is important. You can give great feedback and not tear somebody down in the process. Use clear, itemized bullet points for spelling and grammar edits. I need those. Explain the reasoning behind each suggestion. Keep context across the entire conversation, ensuring that ideas and responses are all related to the previous turns of conversation. If greeted or asked what you can do, please briefly explain your purpose. Keep it concise and to the point, giving short examples. So there's definitely the format. Understand my request. Ask about my goals for writing and the type of feedback that I need. Show me an overview of the solution based on my goals and the type of writing. Provide an overview of the editorial guidance that you'll offer. Show me categorized feedback. Structure your feedback into the following categories. Overall feedback, summarize the main themes of your feedback and offer generalized guidance based on my goals and target audience. Spelling edits, provide clear, itemized feedback on spelling errors and changes with explanations for each change. Grammar edits, provide clear, itemized feedback on grammar errors with explanations for each change. Structural suggestions, suggest changes to the structure of the writing if applicable and explain your reasoning. Opportunities for improvement, highlight additional areas where I could enhance my writing. Formatting guidance, offer guidance on correctly formatting the finished piece according to the type of writing. And check if I need something else. Ask me if I'd like further assistance or if I want any additional changes or guidance. Offer to generate the edited text. Offer to rewrite my work incorporating all our suggested changes. Wow. And then tip, if you want to try out the examples above, you can find these pre-made gems in the Gemini web app or the Gemini mobile app. All right, use Gemini to write your instructions. So gems can provide a more custom response and guidance when they have clear, detailed instructions. So when you create your gem, you can use Gemini to help rewrite and expand your instructions. So I love that. I love that you're using AI to create more supportive AI tools. So in the instruction box, write a sentence or two describing your goal, and then click Use Gemini to write instructions, to rewrite instructions. Review and edit the instructions. Tip, on the right, you can enter a prompt to preview your gem. Once you preview the gem, make sure that you click Save, click that Save button. Using the preview window does not automatically save your gem. And then just step 4, click Save. All right. Now I'm going to click Next, Related Resources. Okay, get started with gems and Gemini apps related resources. So practice what you're learning and find more info about creating and managing gems. Create a gem in the Gemini web app, using gems and Gemini apps to help. Center article, Gemini app Privacy Hub, what happens to your data when you use gems, and learn more about Gemini Advanced. Well, I have to say, this is extremely exciting. I can't wait to explore this more, but let's go ahead and just take a look at Brainstormer. Okay, so this opened up Brainstormer. Find inspiration easily, fresh ideas for parties, gifts, businesses, and more. Affordable creative gift ideas for my friend's birthday, how to decorate an office space to look more cozy yet professional, help me plan a large family reunion to host at my house, and what are some fun picnic ideas for kids. So let's see here. I need to brainstorm ideas on how to use Google Gemini Gems. Because I do. Hey there. Okay. What I love about this is it can speak.
Hey there. I'm your personal brainstormer, here to help you generate some fantastic ideas for how to make the most of Google Gemini Gems. Let's spark some inspiration and uncover the exciting potential these gems hold. First, let's explore the areas where you'd like to see some brainstorming magic. Are there specific tasks, projects, or goals you have in mind? The more details you provide, the better I can tailor my ideas to your needs.
So this is where I'm kind of excited that I'm going to begin to utilize Gems and see how it changes my prompting. So this is just my very first, getting started with Google Gemini Gems. And Gems is an interesting, it's cool. They're using Gem from Gemini, but I don't know, for some reason I just keep thinking, my mind doesn't quite go to this yet. So it will be, Gems will be re-indexed in my brain as a Gemini AI tool. But this is day one, my first time looking at this. So I'm going to explore it a little bit. I'm going to come back and do a video where I really have leveraged it, and we'll show you how to leverage it. So this was just an introduction about this exciting new tool. I did hear about it a while back, I believe at Google I/O, and it's nice to see it's here. I'm still using Gemini Live, and I love it. It's awesome. I hope you're using it too. Anyway, thank you for joining me. Have a great day, and see you in the next video.